good.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hello truLOCAL family, welcome to episode number 2 of truLOCAL TV. As you can see, we took a little bit of a road trip today and we're at one of our local suppliers and we're so excited to show you this farm and what it's all about. But before I jump in, I want to introduce myself. My name's Steph and I'm your host of truLOCAL TV. And during today's episode, we are going to be giving away a free box of meat. So if you are joining live right now, all that you need to do is write a little comment, say hi, and tell us where you're from. And at the end of our broadcast today, we're going to give away a box of meat to a lucky viewer. And I'm going to be honest, I wish I could win it, but today's just not my day. So we're going to send it to one of you guys. So I am right now in Harley, Ontario, at Hidden Root Farm, and I am with Lori. I got the name right, guys. I got the name right. I am with Lori, the owner of this amazing chicken farm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
So excited to be chatting with you today. So we are literally surrounded by all of her chickens right now. This is amazing, and they're eating her fresh pumpkins, if that's, you can see them pecking at that. But why don't I just let you tell the crew how you got into chicken farming and how long you've been doing this?
Well, we've been farming and raising our own food for many years. So about 3 years ago, a new program came out, which was called the Artisanal Chicken Program. So that gave the small flock farmers that used to be able to only raise about 300 chickens the opportunity to raise up to 3,000 chickens and develop our own market and our own products. So since the start, we were one of the first 29 farms that became into the program way back when. So we've expanded and we're at our full max of 3,000 chickens, and we're fully pasture-raised and free-range chickens.
So awesome. Literally, we're in the pasture and you can see them on it right now. It's so cool. And you mentioned to me earlier that you have been farming for, like you said, 3 years, but you just totally got into this yourself. Like, you didn't grow up on a farm or raising chickens.
No, I don't. It was just a passion for, knowing that, what you feed yourself is the fuel, for your health, your welfare, and so we decided to raise our own vegetables and our own meat, and obviously between friends and family, doing a supply with everybody, the demand became more as more people became more aware of what you're eating, what you're consuming, and connecting to your farmer. So it was a natural graduation to get to the point that we're at now.
Yeah, so it's like you just grew and grew and grew, and it's so awesome. So truLOCAL's motto is connecting to the source, and I'm pretty sure that's like exactly what we're doing right now. And when it comes to meat, and specifically chicken, there's so much like information out there, be it meat or chicken, different like buzzwords, which we kind of talked about in the last episode. But who better to ask than the farmer herself, right? So that's what we want to do today. So start things off. I mean, when you're in a grocery store, the words that you hear a lot, or even TV for that matter, is that like free range, free range, free roam. Like, can you break down for us what that actually means?
Well, it's very confusing to be a consumer. It's very hard, and I can see I get a lot of those questions as well all the time. Because free roam or free range can absolutely mean that they're inside an actual barn. They're just not in a cage locked up. Specifically being pasture raised is a big difference from being free range. So a lot of those buzzwords, especially the big marketing companies that have billions of dollars to throw at marketing, it's amazing all the stuff that they can put on. So the difference between free range can match, it doesn't necessarily mean they're outside.
Right.
Where these ones are free range and pasture raised. So I'm really trying to be concerned to explain to people what pasture raised is, and that is they're outside, they're eating grass, they're eating bugs, they're living life as natural as they would normally in their natural habitat.
Yeah, totally. And so that the viewers can see that your barn is back here in the back, but we've also got the chickens like running around in the pasture. So how does that work between like when they go inside, when they go outside? What does that look like?
So at nighttime, because we do have predators, big predators here in southern Ontario.
Real life.
They do get locked. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
nature.
Yeah, exactly. We've got the coyotes, the foxes. Daytime we get hawks. So I use the dogs in the daytime. So at nighttime they get locked up. So we do secure them in a barn at night. They do migrate themselves naturally back into the barn at night. So we lock them down at night. So for their own security, they have free access all day long to come in and out as much as they want. And in the morning, basically as soon as the sun rises, they're outside and they can do whatever they please all day long.
That's so awesome. They come out, pasture, and eat a natural diet, which is so amazing. If you guys are just joining us, we've got an airplane. This is live, guys. We've got an airplane going overhead right now. If you're just joining us, we're gonna give away a free box of meat today. So make sure that you comment, say hi, and tell us where you're from, and stay tuned for that at the end. And right now, I'm just with Lori, and we're talking about her chickens and her farm. And
we're live.
And we're live. And one of the other buzzwords to kind of play on that is sometimes you'll even see it on a restaurant menu, and it's that like vegetarian fed or grain fed. What is that? Knowing that chickens are outside and they're eating, you know, the grass, the bugs, you're more the expert, the worms, all that good stuff. What does that actually mean when you see those words?
When I see anything that says vegetarian fed, then to me, right off the bat, to me they're confined. They're in a barn. They're being fed conventional chicken feed, and that's the only access they have
Because they aren't able to go outside.
Yeah, because
right.
absolutely, my chickens aren't vegetable. Are not vegetarian.
They can't be vegetarian.
No, yeah, here bugs and you know, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, on the odd time I might catch some crickets for them. You know,
I love it.
It's you know they can do whatever they want because they're not naturally vegetarians.
Amazing. That makes absolute total sense. And then another thing that you see a lot, again on packaging, again to your point in the marketing, the commercials, all that stuff, is the conversation about antibiotics. So what does that look like? Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, we raise with absolutely zero antibiotics. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on is that because we raise in small flocks, I spend hours every day with all my chickens. So, you know, I know if anybody's not feeling well, so we're able to actually care for it. We don't have to actually just treat them for antibiotics as a preventative maintenance. So they are raised with absolutely zero antibiotics because they're on such a small scale. So we're tight on biosecurity. You know, today, you know, when you leave and before you come, we spray your shoes. Everybody's all sanitized. You know, we take records of who visited and if you were at any other farms yesterday. You know, to make sure that you know we are as tight in biosecurity as we can be. So we don't use any antibiotics, and there's nothing wrong with antibiotics. You know, so don't get me wrong, I'm not against antibiotics. Because if you went to the doctor and the doctor said, "Hey, you're sick, you need antibiotics,"
there's a time and a place for them. Yeah,
exactly. You know, and I'm not going to go and you know, so you know, there is a reason to take them if you needed to, but my preference is never to. And being a consumer and actually knowing if your farmer, that's connecting with your farmer as well as knowing, you know, if you had to treat chickens with antibiotics, at least as a consumer, if you know your farmer, the farmer's going to say, you know what, I had to treat them with antibiotics, and this is the reason why, and it empowers you and gives you the choice whether you want to buy that or not.
Absolutely, because I think, and I think this is really like truLOCAL's purpose as well, as you can talk to a nutritionist or a health expert or a guru, air quotes, online, but the person who has the best information is the person who's boots on the ground doing the work themselves, right?
Absolutely.
Which is amazing. And another thing she mentioned earlier, and I thought this was so interesting, is you were saying that like how, you know, making sure the welfare of the chicken is good and their health and their experience and their life is good, but that you like talk to the chickens because you want them to be happy and have a nice life. And although it might sound a little bit silly, it makes perfect sense.
She had to say this.
I had to. It was so good. You have to, right?
Yeah, they call me the crazy chicken lady, but you know, it's all with energy. It's all being tranquil. You know, if you're more stressed out at home, you tend to get more sick, or you might catch a cold under more stress, and you know, you don't feel as well when you're under stress. So I really try to provide as tranquil of environment for the chickens as possible. So in the morning, you know, things are going to happen, noises are going to happen. I don't want to scare them, especially overhead predators are a big thing for chickens. You know, so they're always on. So I don't want to go in and make all these noises and open doors where it might scare them. So I say goodbye to them. You know, I talk to them. I don't rush them. I clap my hands and make all kinds of funny noises to get them to move on their own accord. You know, nothing's rushed. You know, I'm calm. They're calm. Everybody's happy. You know, it's something we need to appreciate.
I mean, I talk to my dogs, so I'm sure if I had chickens, I would talk to them too, so that's all good. So if you're just joining, I also want you guys to know that we're interviewing Lori from Hidden Root Farm, and if you have a question, feel free to write it, because we're going to answer some of those soon. But one of the big myths that we talk about a lot, or I guess we're going to find out if it's a myth or not, is the concept of hormones in animals, and specifically in this case, in the chicken that we eat as consumers. So give us the truth.
You know, this is not all scripted, so I really didn't know what she was coming up with. So this is like, okay, I kind of listened intently. Hormones have been outlawed in Canada since like I think 1963. So it was 1960s. So don't quote me exactly on the year, but it's the 1960s. Animals naturally create their own hormones, so that's why they say no added hormones. So it is against the law. So we import all kinds of meat from different countries with different regulations. So I cannot speak to what the rules and regulations are on importing. Or what
but in Canada,
Canada, there is absolutely no hormones. So you know, so in all, whether it's my chicken or Joe's chicken down the road or whatever, you know, there is no hormones added to the chickens. Chickens have, you know, all animals have naturally.
Absolutely, as do humans. So it's kind of also falls a bit into that buzzword category, right?
But some of the labels in the grocery store, though, you don't know if that was Canadian raised chicken or where it came from either. So what country it came from either. So you know, so you can't be 100% secure on where that sources come from. So that's
unless you know exactly what farm you're getting it from.
Exactly,
right? Which is,
you know. Like somebody here, exactly. You know, and you know, we try and promote being the closest thing to you raising your own chicken is what we are.
I love that. So So you have been with truLOCAL for a while now, and I absolutely love your products. So I know that you've got sausages, you've got ground, you've got wings. What else have you got with truLOCAL right now?
Well, we just launched our breakfast patties a couple weeks ago. It might be over a month. So we have the 2 types of chicken sausages, and we actually have our chicken strips too. So they're a pound in a pack. They're really good. They're nice. They're actually hand cut chicken strips. They're all trimmed and everything too.
So handy, like
awesome.
30-minute meals, and that's what I'm all about.
Yep.
Her salt and pepper sausages, if you have not tried them, are the bomb. I highly recommend them. And is there anything that a consumer might want to know in terms of like taste or texture that might vary from your pastured chicken to something that may not have been moving around as much or out on the grass?
Definitive in a science.
Maybe from a personal experience.
Yeah, from my personal experience, yeah. Absolutely. I've done some side-by-side comparisons and noticed, my chicken breasts do seem denser. I'm only going to use the word seem. I'm not one to try and deceive anybody.
Yeah.
But they seem denser. I think the taste is phenomenal. I do think it does definitely make a taste difference. And, when the sausages, we don't add any nitrates or any byproducts or any fillers in it, so they're all gluten-free. All our products are gluten-free. And one of the things we don't have to do is we don't have to add salts and extra sodium and all this other stuff to our products, because I believe our base of our chicken tastes so good that we don't need all that extra stuff trying to hide it, trying to enhance it, because we've already started with a good product to begin with.
Absolutely. So like you're putting in the work at the farm, you don't need to like toy around with it too much. It's already delicious as it is.
We don't need to load it with all of these things to make it taste better because it already started good.
Amazing. I love that. Okay, so we are in front of the camera right now, but I'm going to ask our videographer. I would love to know what questions that you guys have been asking or want to know from Lori, the farm lady herself.
Okay, so we definitely have been getting, where are we exactly?
Where are we? So where are we?
We're just outside of, we're about 15 minutes outside of Brantford. So we're in Brant County, so in Harley, Ontario.
So this
helps.
Yeah, totally. I found it on Google Maps, so it's easy to find. But you're on one of our Ontario suppliers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
And we got another one asking about if there's any additives in the salt and pepper sausages.
No, there's actually 4 ingredients in the salt and pepper, which I absolutely love showing everybody the product and the label of it. It is chicken, salt, pepper in a pork casing. That's it. There's absolutely nothing else in it.
And I think that's one of the things that I loved when I first ordered your products from truLOCAL is it's right there, it's on the packaging, the ingredients are listed, and I was like, I know all of these words, I know exactly what this is, and there's absolutely nothing added, which is so good, so clean, so healthy, so amazing.
It tastes like a roasted chicken.
Yeah.
It really does. It tastes like a roasted chicken.
Exactly what it tastes.
It's great.
Breakfast, lunch, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I eat them a lot, I use them for a lot of different things. So thank you guys so much for joining today. We're going to wrap up now. This has been amazing, and I think we've learned a lot, but the last thing I want to do before we shut this down is give away our free box of meat. So I'm going to go back to our videographer, and who is our winner today?
So we're on the fly here. So we have Facebook and we have Instagram. So we're gonna actually do 2 boxes.
Oh, we're going to do 2 boxes.
We're gonna do 2 boxes for Facebook and Instagram.
There's going to be lots of chicken in them.
So on Instagram, I've got Top Hat Lumberjack.
Top Hat Lumberjack, congrats. You just won a box of meat. So make sure that you send truLOCAL a message. And on Facebook,
We've got Kate Irwin.
Kate Irwin, also congrats. You're going to get a box full of chicken meat right from Lori. This is so awesome. So be sure to send us a message. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episode. Until then, we'll keep connecting you right to the source.
Thanks, guys. Good job. You're good. You're so good.